Here we are out at Cheltenham, one of the outer suburbs of Melbourne, Victoria, on a 220 kilowatt commercial solar system, designed, procured, supplied and installed by Greenwood Solutions. Now this roof is corrugated and we are running the actual rail, the Sunlock rail, parallel to the corrugation. So we're running down the roof and the panels will be in a landscape situation. Now because it's corrugated, we're actually penetrating the corrugation. We're going right into the roof structure, which in this case is hardwood. So this is the Sunlock rail that we're using. It attaches to the roof via the foot. The panels are attached with a mid clamp and an end clamp system. And there's also a Sunlock earth lug that we're using exclusively on this job. So after we've marked out everything, and we are running the rail parallel to the corrugations, place a hex head in the foot and drill right through on the screw line. Now, we don't do anything with these feet. We use them straight out of the box and insert that hex head in and off they go. The rail is able to slide in there easily. And then obviously to tighten up, you tighten up these. And this compresses this section. Now you can see the design of the rail, how they've used that triangular section here. And once that's tightened up, that's not going anywhere. Now this system is warranted for 25 years. In fact, all the Sunlock commercial systems are warranted for 25 years. So you can imagine if that's in place, let's assume this is all screwed in. The panels are placed in position and then that's placed in there. You start to pushing down. Now, interesting thing with the earthing, you can see that instead of using a small spike, they've used a slight circle. Now this is designed to create earth, so you're effectively scratching through the anodizing on the actual frame of the solar panel. So you can see in this situation here, we've got the earth lug, the Sunlock earth lug, and you can see the earth in here. This has actually already been galvanized. As I said before, we're running the rail parallel to the actual corrugations. Now, from an engineering perspective and a design, obviously there's a maximum span with any rail system. The great thing about the Sunlock, because it's a lot structurally rigid than a lot of other systems, your spans can be a lot bigger. Now, obviously, when you are running parallel to the corrugation, your spacing is determined by the distance between the purlins or the roof structure, and in this case you're looking probably around about 900, or actually about a metre or so between this point and this point over here, hence the placement of the feet. So the joiner system is very robust, and it's really hard to see actually on this particular shot, but the actual bolts are on the other side, and I'm not sure what torque there's required. Remember, all things framing, electrical, there's a recommended torque setting. For instance, on mid clamps, usually it's between 12 and 14 Newton meters. On these joiners, it's probably about 25, 30 Newton meters, I'd say. And obviously that is dependent on the diameter of the bolt and the bolt material as well. Very important to look up your manufacturer's spec sheets and see what those torque settings are. Very important. You don't want to distort the aluminium when you're putting it down or break anything. There is another section of roof that is actually using the Sunlock rail as a de facto quasi cable tray as well, and that's one of the good things about the system. You've got this area in here where you can lay DC cable. Now I really like the double use of a product. So here we've got the Sunlock frame actually supporting the cable tray. So as well as being a framing system for the panels, and as well as being able to accommodate DC cables, you can also use it to support the cable tray. Now obviously cable tray does come with its own purpose-built system of holding it off the actual roof, but we find it's much easier to use the actual rail as for that purpose. With any commercial or domestic project, you're looking at certain ratios. You're looking at installation ratios, you're looking at material ratios. And I think one of the important things with a framing is the material install ratio cost. So a material may cost a certain amount, but the installation costs a lot because it's harder to put together, or the material costs are quite high and the installation costs are quite low, and overall per watt the price comes down. The wonderful thing about the Sunlock system is that it is very competitively priced, in addition to being incredibly quick. So the guys slap this rail down, better expression, really quickly. You really don't want to spend that much time on the roof. If you can minimise your time on the roof from a labour perspective, one, it's safer, and two, it's a lot more cost effective. So that's one of the reasons we love the Sunlock, especially the FTR system, flat to the roof system like this. It's so damn quick, it's fantastic. Now here's some of the interesting numbers. We've got 475 panels, each 475 watts. We've got 4 SMA 50 kilowatt inverters and a commercial racking solution from Sunlock. So specifically the Sunlock key benefits are as follows. Specifically made for commercial installations, it has a built-in cable management with its unique C-channel rail system. It uses a high grade of aluminium, which makes it even stronger than all the other systems on the market. It's built for speed of installation, and reduced installation time equates to cheaper installation costs. Sunlock rail has the longest spacing on the market. You can achieve up to 2.1 metre spans with 2 rails in certain roof zones, subject to an engineering assessment. It has integrated earthing on mid-clamps, so no weaves are required, yellow safety caps, and of course, the 25-year warranty.